Good morning, everyone, and want to welcome you to St. Paul's Day School's one of our happiest times of the year, for sure, the celebration of Come to Bethlehem. My name is Father Paul Kane, and I serve as the rector here at St. Paul's, and on behalf of Reverend Kathleen, Father David Angelica, and all of the office staff of St. Paul's, we wish you and your loved ones a very Merry, Merry Christmas. I do want to take this opportunity to thank Mrs. Ryan, the director of our day school, and our wonderful teachers, Mrs. Yates, Mrs. Vogt, Mrs. Ornay, and Mrs. Koziara. We are grateful for their good work with your children, your grandchildren, your loved ones. They are like children to us. Also want to thank Dr. Paul Sinawa, our Director of Music Ministry, who does a wonderful job with the music programming for our day school children. So we welcome you to this very happy occasion. We wish you and your loved ones a very Merry Christmas, a blessed New Year. We welcome you to our Christmas services. We'll celebrate the Christmas pageant with Holy Eucharist here on Monday evening, Christmas Eve at 5 o'clock. And then at 7:30 and 11 o'clock, we have our candlelight Christmas service with Holy Eucharist. The 11 o'clock service is preceded by a festival prelude. And then on Christmas Day at 10 o'clock, we celebrate the Holy Eucharist with Christmas carols. So blessing to you and those that you love.
Good morning. I would like to thank you as well for being here. And I would also like to say that we've been having so much fun with your children as we prepared for this. There is a little stage fright on behalf of a couple of the children, so if somebody gets up and moves out of their space, don't panic. It's okay. We're used to that kind of thing. We'll smile, and if they want to sit with their parents, that's okay. Don't try and force them, because this is supposed to be a joyful time for everyone. Just a couple of housekeeping items. There are restrooms for the men out here right in the breezeway. If you go into the building through that little hallway and the first left, there is a ladies' room in there. So if you need those, feel free to avail yourself. I hope that that you'll enjoy this as much as we have preparing it. And I know that you'll be pretty amazed at your children and how wonderful they are doing. So with no more ado, we're going to welcome our children in. Come in, children. Here they come. Stand up so we can sing our school song. Yeah. Can you stand up, please? Stand up in the front. Oh, my little sheep. Stand up. Let me hear you sing. Stand up so you can sing nice and loud. Stand up. Go ahead, Mason. Stand up. It's okay. Tell your shepherds to stand up. That's it. That's it. now we'll share our chapel songs with you. While the stores would have us believe that the Christmas season begins in October, we know that there is a season that leads up to Christmas, and it's called Advent. It's a time when we prepare for the arrival of the baby Jesus. And as anyone knows, when there's a baby coming, there is a lot to do to get ready. One of the things that we do during Advent is to tell the story of the wonderful miracle. And now our day school Christmas program, Come to Bethlehem, begins. Mary was standing on top of a hill in Nazareth. She had come early before the sun was too hot to gather her favorite flowers. Her basket was full of lovely blossoms. Suddenly, Mary knew she was not alone. Someone was with her. The morning sun touched their white robes, and it seemed as if the being was standing in a bright light. Could it be an angel, Mary wondered? The angel Gabriel spoke softly. Mary, God has chosen you to be the mother of a little boy that he is sending into the world. When the baby grows up, he will be a great man. He will help all the people to know God better, and all the world will learn about love because of this baby. Went away, and Mary was alone. For a long time she stood thinking of what the angel had said. She would have a baby. Then Mary went home. Mary did not talk to anyone about the angel, but after a while she told Joseph, who loved her very much and was to be her husband. Mary whispered to Joseph, but he was worried, and the angel told him not to be afraid. Mary was Joseph's wife now, and they lived in a little house in Nazareth, close to Joseph's carpenter shop. One day, word came that they must take a journey to the town of Bethlehem. The king had ordered all the people to go to the city of their fathers to be counted. Joseph brought their little donkey, and Mary rode on his back while Joseph walked. And so they came to Bethlehem. Mary was very tired. Joseph went to the inn and asked for a room. But the innkeeper said the inn was full, and the whole town was crowded. Oh, but there is a stable behind the inn where you can rest. Come, I will show you. The innkeeper led the way. It was a low room with rough stone walls, and there was straw on the floor. Along the sides there were mangers filled with grass for the animals. Joseph thanked the innkeeper and brought Mary and the little donkey to the stable. He made a bed of straw for Mary and tucked his cloak around her to keep her warm. And that night, in the stable, the promise of the angel came true. The baby for whom Mary had been waiting was born. Lovingly, Mary wrapped the baby in soft clothes that she had bought, and Joseph put some sweet-smelling grass in one of the manger boxes by Mary's bed. There in the manger he laid the baby gently. Joseph looked at the tiny child. "What shall we call him, Mary?" Mary answered, "His name is Jesus." On the night Jesus was born, some shepherds near Bethlehem were watching their sheep. Drawing near the fire, they began to talk about their country. An old shepherd said, "The teachers say that a great leader of our nation will come soon." A young shepherd spoke, saying, "It seems like we have been waiting for the promised one for a long time." As they talked, suddenly there shone around the shepherds a great light. And in the midst of the light, they saw angels. The shepherds were afraid. They fell to the ground and they covered their faces with their cloaks. An angel spoke, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will bring joy to all people. There is born today in Bethlehem the promised one, who will be the Savior. You will find him a newborn baby lying in the manger. The light faded and the old shepherd spoke. Come, let us go to Bethlehem. And they hurried to the town and found the stable. I'm on my way to Bethlehem, Bethlehem, Bethlehem. I'm on my way to Bethlehem. Come along with me. I'm on my way to Bethlehem. Where? Bethlehem. Where? Bethlehem. I'm on my way to Bethlehem. Come along with me. At their knock, Joseph opened the door and held his lantern high. Is there a child here? One who was just born? Asked the shepherd. Yes, the child is here, said Joseph. The shepherds came near the baby, moving quietly, and the old shepherd whispered, Oh, such a dear baby, so tiny, the promised one. They all kneeled before the baby and thanked God. The shepherds told Mary and Joseph all that had happened that night, and they felt great happiness. Their hearts were joyful. Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus rested in the quiet stable. Far away, the stars told the story to 3 wise men who traveled from the east to see the Christ child. They brought him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh. We bring kings of Oriental, bearing gifts we traverse afar, near and fountain, foreign mountains, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of love. As the angels brought the message of peace to the shepherds on a hillside over 2,000 years ago, we bring you the same message today. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. Please join us as we sing Silent Night. Look that way. Come deserve a big round of applause. Now, because I've seen a few people taking pictures, if you would like to take pictures, the children have been told they're going to stay here for a few minutes and let mommies and daddies take pictures, and then we're going to walk them back to their classrooms so they can take their costumes off, and we'll meet you in the playground for cookies. I also want to reiterate what Father Paul said and say, please join us on Christmas Eve. The service starts at 5. But if you would like your child to be a part of it, they can be an angel or a shepherd, and we can get them a costume. And all they have to do is show up at 4:30 in Bush Hall, which is right off the courtyard. Okay, so I hope you will join us.
Thank you for trying.
Meanwhile, have a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
Stay right there. Stay there. Look that way. Look out for Mommy.